As the Toastmaster of the day explained, this is about leadership presentation, talking about how to develop a club's climate. What are the things that we need to keep in mind, how to make it better place for all the Toastmasters and guests. Just a brief introduction about me, just more than what Toastmaster of the day mentioned. I've done various roles in Deutsche Bank. I'm part of previous excos. I'm very happy to see the new team is able to run on themselves with great guidance from Nils. It's wonderful stuff. What I'm going to share is a standardized recommendations of what is recommended by Toastmasters to ensure that this is taken care in an appropriate manner. And right now this year I'm also a club president for another club. I'm a dual member in this English club and also a Tamil club outside as well. So I could share some information and tips to Exco team as well as to other members whenever you think you need some guidance. Without much ado, let me go through this. What is this about? Creating the best climate. It's about the members, because we're really concerned about the guests who come to this meeting, because they all spend their valuable time in the club to come to the meeting all the way in this busy schedule, and also the members. Converting the guests to members and also retaining the members, making them very active and creating a nice environment for them to meet their professional and personal goals. The deciding factor, the first one would be learning environment. How the environment looks like, the meeting room arrangement, the neatness, the artifacts, right from the podium, right from the banner, setting the ambience, and right from every other tools like timer, devices, the printouts, everything around the environment. So this is really important for you to feel that this is like the place that I want to really come to and then speak. So this is something really key. So take some effort to establish the right learning environment. Don't compromise on this, right? This is not just done for the sake of doing things, because we have a podium means we are practicing all our communication and leadership skills when you come up here. So this is really important from a member's point of view. And next, member interactions. How do you interact with the members, be it guests or members? Try to be cordial and have fun time, right? So this is a place where you want to de-stress, especially being a corporate club, or even if you go to other clubs, you see a lot of discussion. In fact, that the main agenda I've seen from other clubs, or even if you might have seen if you have gone to other clubs, network is the number one thing that they really motivate people to come to the Toastmasters meeting, not just communication leadership skills. So it's really a lot of value, and you can learn each other. You never know what you will learn from other person. He can be from a literature background, or it can be from a media background, but it's really something very important that you are interacting, especially with the guests. Try to befriend them and make it a really happening place. Yeah. And you must set as an example, being a member or you're representing Exco, so you have a role to play. And arriving prepared is the first key thing, and that means also you need to arrive on time. So just a recommendation that to all members and guests, try to be here at least 5 minutes before the meeting. Of course, we all understand that we all are having different commitments and work calls and all that. Sometimes that might affect us, but try to adapt to some coming like 5 minutes before the meeting. That will really help. And also bring your badges or the manuals and every other artifact that you need to bring onto the table. Yeah, so being prepared is a key, right? Offering assistance for those new members, you can try to help them how they can go about preparing for their project, or what they are really expecting from Toastmasters platform. Whether are they really getting it, or something that they really personalize improvement. You can even offer as a mentor and help them personally as well. And also before the meeting, try to help the other role holders, to set the meeting arrangement, or maybe even placing the podium, or it could be placing the banner, or even distributing the foods. Just feel free to offer your assistance. Volunteering. Again, we have a lot of tasks that goes in to prepare this meeting, right from preparing the program sheet, identifying who is going to supply the food, or who's there to cover up today, or in case somebody is absent, you can volunteer as that. Maybe just keep in mind that I can back up as a Toastmaster of the day in case if the other person comes or not coming for the day, or you can even offer as a backup timer or accountant. If you are interested and if you have the bandwidth, try to do what you can, right? supporting. It's very important that as member we encourage and support and motivate our fellow members. In that way, you are also improving yourself by sharing what you already know and strengthening it, what you're doing better, and make it even a much more, or make something good to a better state. So this is very important for the growth of the club, because everyone is here to improve what they are doing, and you need to really support yourself and others. This is one of the very important aspects, welcoming guests. When I've visited other clubs, sometimes I felt that they have not really taken care of welcoming new guests. Some clubs, they are absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I've seen that people even collect their background information, not just collecting poetry from those members who speak, but also from the guests, to even to go to the extent that what is the organization they come from, what do they do, what are they passionate about. You can do those things as well. To once you know that this member or this guest is going to come to the meeting, this can really make a difference. Let me tell you that. And that entire meeting, the guest, you never know, he can become a member. In case, if we, let's say, if in our club situation, if he is from DB, he can also become a member right away, right? Engage him in a conversation. I already touched upon this. Conversation is going to be a key upon welcoming a guest, right from whether he has identified the location correctly, how to come to the meeting room, taking some response. Of course, this is a role played by SAA typically, who takes care of the logistics, but we all can take our turn to help the guest. For example, if there are 3 or 4 more guests coming along, each one of us can maybe assign ourselves that, okay, this is the guest, maybe I'll ensure that I'll take all the way into meeting room and even explain about our club culture or what is it about. So you can even decide that even before the meeting, that who's guiding or somebody like a new guest who has not been here. Answer questions. Typically the guests or the members who have not started their journey have a lot of questions. What is this Toastmasters is about? Since 2008 I skipped Toastmasters because I thought it's something for baking or something. I never knew what this is about. I had questions but I never asked. Of course, when I asked another question again from another person, he also said, I do not know. So the awareness is something very important. I am feeling unfortunate that not many members really still are not aware of this platform. They might be just sitting few desks away from this room, but not really knowing what exactly we do. So whenever they ask some questions, so just feel free to communicate to them and explain them. This is not just about coming up here for the sake of our titles, but something they really learn. Befriend them. So it's not about just asking them to sign our guest book, but also you can establish some communication with them, see what they are doing, invite them to a long-term relationship with the guests. I already touched upon this, inviting them to the meeting, next meeting, or even you can go and visit their club as well. We can also learn from their platform. And it is very important that as any Toastmaster member, especially if you are playing a leadership role, that you demonstrate that you care, right? It's not about getting a ALB title or a CL title or any title. It's about being part of the club and feel one and the same with the club. Whenever you are representing as DB Toastmaster to anybody non-Toastmaster, that means you are the face of the club. So you have to feel that you are part of the club, and you can volunteer to be a mentor for new members. Especially, normally we nominate a senior member to become a mentor for those new members who's doing projects from project 1 to at least 3, to guide them through how to even identify a topic, what are the things that they need to take care when they speak, what are the things that they should not be doing, they should be doing, and all that. So being a mentor is very important for the members, so that you demonstrate the care. And showing interest in others, very genuinely. If you see that somebody is not getting the evaluation feedback on certain point that maybe the evaluator missed because of the time involved here, because we are evaluating only for 2 to 3 minutes, you can go up to them personally and then tell them, maybe this is something I see that maybe a bit distracting, or this is something really good that you're doing, just keep on doing it. You can really guide them and make a difference by showing genuine interest in the people. Being considerate. Again, this is about considering every other aspect of this meeting. There is a considerable effort goes into this meeting, right from preparing the program sheet and all that. So if you are late to the meeting, just please definitely inform the VPE or the Toastmaster of the day. And if you're stuck up with something, please inform again. anything that goes around this meeting. So it's very important that people need to know upfront here, because Toastmaster of the day will read out the changes in the agenda when he comes here. So you have to really respect the environment and be considerate as well. So this will really show the professionalism of the club, how we interact with people. Evaluating effectively, be honest and sincere, right? This is very important. You don't want to just put finger pointing and then tell them something. Either you can say that, don't be scared. That is a way to say that. Like, instead of saying don't be scared, you can say, I see that your body is slightly bit tilted and you feel a bit nervous. Maybe, is that right? So you can put it in a different way. So just try to be sincere, honest, and in a subtle way how it can be more effective. Recognizing achievements. If somebody is really going extra mile and completing their 10 projects journey like CC title or CL title, try to be very enthusiastic and appreciate them with a lot of applause. Now let's give Nils a great round of applause, being an excellent president for the year. So I would like to get this applause going on, not just for one person coming in, for every person who comes up onto the podium, for every other speech, everything that is done. Let's be more appreciating and be recognizing their achievements for being here. Foster camaraderie, how you foster yourself and being aplomb for any situation that comes up here. Like you may not see something set up rightly, the presentation may not be feasible because of the TV is not arranged if you are coming there. Maybe you need to have a backup plan in place, like printout in that case. So how do you still maintain that professionalism or not failing on your project objectives? So you just be prepared and then maintain that status, right? In all, to conclude, we need to ensure that this club not just stay in a good state, but it can be even better. We have seen that we have attained, for example, 10 DCP points in the year 2010 and 11, and then it came to 7, and then now this year I'm happy that we already achieved 5, and I think 5 already, right? 7. That's Select Distinguished Club, which is much more than what we had in the last 2 years. I think it's an incredible achievement what has gone through this year, and it's the leadership and of course the Exco team's great effort, and I would like to congratulate all of you for that. And what I would like to say is this club really fostered bigger than what it is today, and very important aspect of that is this club's climate. We really need to ensure that we address each of the members' professional and personal needs, and then tap their strengths, utilize them for our club's benefits, whether be it membership recruitment program or marketing, anything like what we do outside to a broader Rec Club forum or anything like this is the most happening special interest group in our DBRC. I mean in the Rec Club sponsored clubs, I would say. And all credit for this year, I would personally say Anuj has done a great job in that. I've got even a lot of feedback, indirect feedback, that whatever your efforts are towards making this club being more aware, it's really heartening to see that a lot of passion towards the DBRC Toastmasters Club. Great job, and I'd like to challenge you to even take this next level and advance wishes to our next Exco team as well. Thank you.
Let us give a big round of applause for this informative session we had.